Interviewing Kids About Cyberbullying by James and Rhea. We asked 18 students, 5 teachers, and 1 dog about cyberbullying. Hope you enjoy.
What does it mean to you to be safe online?
Not do stupid stuff
Like what?
like search up my name on the computer, not go into people's accounts.
Yeah. What does it mean to be cyberbullied?
So, cyberbullying is bullying on the cover of the internet. And sadly, I don't know which one happens more, but you would think it would be cyberbullying because sometimes people do it anonymously. Sometimes people don't care if they get in trouble. They just do it. So I honestly think cyberbullying is extra bad because sometimes you don't even know who it's coming from. So we're going to give you a little situation, and you're going to tell us what the right thing to do would be, okay? What if someone you absolutely didn't know, it's just a random number that you got on your phone, said, meet me at the park? At the park, probably about 5 minutes away from your house. What would you do?
Tell a parent.
Yeah. Would you go?
No.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Can you avoid that? How can you avoid getting harassed?
Or bullied?
All right, so have you ever experienced cyberbullying?
Thankfully, no. I have seen it happen to other people and heard stories, but it hasn't happened to me.
So what happened when someone you heard about was getting cyberbullied?
Well, there was one instance where I know that somebody was threatening to post pictures of somebody else online that they didn't like of themselves if they didn't, disinclude a friend.
It's not a good thing, that's for sure.
So in order for one of those girls to remain friends, the other girl made a stipulation that she was gonna, she had power over her basically. And
Using something against her.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Briggs, so we're going to ask you a few questions. First of all, what is cyberbullying?
Cyberbullying is when someone bullies someone else online.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So true.
Has it ever happened to you?
Yeah, there was one instance. It made me pretty sad.
I'm so sorry.
I know. So how can you stop cyberbullying?
Well, I can just not be a cyberbully myself and raise awareness.
Good,
Hmm?
yeah. Thanks, Briggs. What does it mean to be safe online?
Keeping my stuff safe where no one steals my cool stuff what I like and they want my stuff.
Yeah. So how can you avoid getting harassed on the internet?
I think the best way is to just spread the word about cyberbullies, so that way, people know that they're out there, and just to be cautious of who you become friends with online.
How can you help prevent cyber harassment or bullying from happening to anyone?
You can bring awareness to it.
Which is?
Telling people about it so they don't get bullied on the internet.
All right, yeah, thanks. All right, Mike, so we're going to ask you a few questions.
What does cyberbullying mean to you personally?
Cyberbullying means to me that people online or behind using technology would bully not necessarily face-to-face, but on the computer or through some kind of media device.
What is cyber harassment / bullying?
Cyber harassment and bullying is when someone is talking to someone on the internet and saying mean things or posting mean comments or saying something awful in a video.
All right, so we're going to give you a little scenario here. So someone you didn't know, it's a random number on your phone, asked you to meet you at the park about 5 minutes away from your house.
What would you do?
I would not go and probably talk to my parents.
Yeah,
Good.
great. Thank you.
All right, Julia, so we're going to ask you a few questions. First of all, what is cyber harassment / bullying?
Cyber harassment / bullying is when somebody repetitively comes up to you and hits you or says mean words to you. That can be something in school or at home. Online, it's cyberbullying, and you can get bullied online while playing a video game. Somebody writes something mean to you.
Yeah. How can you help prevent it from happening to other people?
Well, one of the things that a lot of people are scared to do is kind of it'd be an upstander. So if you see someone whatever you're doing, whether it be real life or on the internet, then you can stand up by saying like, "Hey, you probably shouldn't be yelling at that person or doing whatever, because, well, it's just plain not right." And so just by standing up to them and telling them not to do it, or that is perfect.
Yeah, great. Thanks so much.
No problem.
How can you avoid getting... Okay, Alice, we're going to ask you a couple of...
Alright, so we're going to give you a little scenario.
Okay.
So, what would you do if someone you didn't know asked you to meet them at the park about 5 minutes away from your house?
But they texted you this, so you didn't see their face.
No, you don't know who it is.
Who this person
I would
is.
not go.
Mm-hmm. Would you tell your parents? Would you tell someone?
I'd tell my parents,
Yeah.
and then I'd call the police.
Great.
Good.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks to a few questions, alright?
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, what is cyberbullying?
It's basically when somebody's being mean to you on the internet. Like, I hate your YouTube channel.
Yeah. What is cyberbullying?
I think it's just like being mean to someone over the internet. Like, sometimes you wouldn't do that in real life. For some reason, being on the internet makes people want to be mean to other people.
So I'm going to give you a scenario and just tell me what you would do in this situation. So some random number texted you and said that they want to meet you at the park. What would you do?
I'd probably tell my mom. I'd be like, hey, this person told me this, so I mean, like, if it sounded like a number that I knew, like if it might have been one of my friends but I didn't know, then I might say to my mom, hey, Mom, when I'm at the park, can you drop me off, please?
Yeah.
And can you wait and so that I can see who this person is? You know, I want to make sure that everyone knew where I was, what was going on with me. I'd tell her what the number was, you know, so that nothing could really go wrong. And if they seemed to be like shady or if they weren't a friend, after that, then I would block them definitely. And if it got even worse or if it was sexual harassment, then I would call them.
Okay, so Ms. Straw, we're going to ask you a couple questions.
Alright, so first of all, what does cyberbullying mean to you?
Cyberbullying to me means students who are hiding behind a computer screen saying mean things to somebody else across the internet.
Yeah. Okay, so someone you didn't know, you've never seen this number, texts you and says, hey, do you want to meet up at the park? That's really close to your house. What do?
You don't meet them at the park?
Would
Do you do anything else?
Yeah.
I guess not, because you don't really want to keep having conversation, because
Right.
I'm not sure what happens, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay.
What does it mean to be safe online?
Don't download, follow me, don't trust.
Have you ever experienced it, and what happened?
I've never experienced cyberbullying.
That's
No.
good to hear.
That's good.
We've had incidents of it in the school, kind of with some of our global projects, and we all learned to take a screenshot, tell the teacher who contacts the other teacher, and we would use it as a teachable moment. But I personally didn't. I've never had that happen.
That's good
Of course,
to hear.
when I grew up, we didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
Thanks, Betsy.
Yep.
So, have you ever had a personal experience? Have you ever heard of like one of your friends or your students getting cyberbullied?
I did. We did have one student who got cyberbullied, and we were lucky enough that both families were willing to come in and talk about it. And the child who did the bullying didn't really realize so much it was a bullying thing. They just thought it was a joke. And I think that's the problem in many cases with cyberbullying. Somebody says something and it starts out as a joke and then it gets taken too far either by them or by others.
Thank you
So much
for watching.